G'day, Steel Nation. How you going? It's Mark here, Mark Davidson from Steel Nation Australia. What's going on, West Country? What's that? Let's go! Baby! Yes! Yes! Let's go!
What's the deal with the schedule?
I think the stereotype that we drink Fosters, and the first Foster I saw was in Pittsburgh. It's a true story.
Yeah,
The first ever Foster I saw was in America. I've never seen one
that
here.
was like Australia for beer.
For what?
Hooday! Cincinnati, we've got a team right here in town. Ain't gonna ever let us down. Hooday! Who they think gonna beat them Bengals? Hooday! Was it beat them Bengals? Nobody! They're a fucking joke. They're an absolute joke. G'day, Civil Nation. What's going on? What's happening? I thought I'd go live today. I have like another I've recorded the G'day Steelers Nation thing for Steel Curtain Network. I might play that tomorrow, but I can swear more here. I'm allowed to swear more on this platform once I get into it. So fuck you, Bengals, you losers. I fucking hate that song. That song is stupid. Who they go and beat them Bengals? Well, we did. We beat them Bengals yesterday, 34-12. Feeling pretty good. That song is just dumb. It's for a team that's losing when they're what are they, 3-7? 7 teams have beaten them. We've got a team right in town, let us down, blah blah blah. Who they go and beat them Bengals? Fucking, I can count it right now. I'll tell you right now who's beaten them. If I go to the standings, they're 3-7. They're minus 106 points. Points against 334. They've lost 3 in a row. The Bengals have, of course, lost 3 Super Bowls. They won their first 2 versus the Browns and Jaguars, and then they lost against the Vikings. They've beaten 48-10. The Broncos beat them 28-3. The Lions beat them 37-24. The Packers beat them 27-10. They won against us, Steelers. They won 33-31. However, bit of a side note, AFC North football away on the road. We can't win those games. We know what happens with 0-8 AFC North away. And also the AFC North, generally the away team loses those matchups. That's why it was so important yesterday to win the matchup and to go 1-1. Hang on a minute. Back to it. So they beat us. They've had one win since week 2. Then the Jets beat them 39-38. The Bears beat them 47-42. The Steelers beat them 34-12. And because of the Jamar Chase incident, the Patriots probably will beat them next week. They're versing the Patriots at home at 1 p.m. Then they got the Ravens and Bills and Ravens. Like they could honest to goodness not win another game. So they verse the Patriots. They'll win that. The Ravens will probably beat them up at Ravens. Bills are playing good football. We verse them too. Then they verse Ravens back to back in like 4 weeks. Then Dolphins might be a win there. Cardinals, Browns. They may only win 6 games this season. So there's no point. They had to win this one. There's no point. Their season's pretty much done. Their season's fucking over. But I hate that song. That song's stupid. Who they go and beat them Bengals? We did. We beat them. And half the NFL's beating them too. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, hope you guys are doing good. I've got 8 people in the house. I know Bubba and Shane are doing a stream tonight at Monday, 10 p.m. I'm trying to get some more content, some more videos. I'm just trying to, yeah, big call, eh? He definitely got what he deserved. Nobody should spit. That's the thing. Nobody should ever spit on anyone. I understand there are different like cultures out there and stuff like that, but it's just a thing that's like almost universally bought in that you just don't do it. If you're going to hit someone, throw a punch. or just grab someone by the collar and start a fight. Like, don't spit on someone. That's why Ramsey reacted so much. So he was so fired up because you just don't do that. You don't fucking spit on people. It's gross. It's gross. It's like it's a lot of disrespect. It's just not. You just don't do it. Like, it's something that everyone's like. It's almost like we've all agreed upon. Do not spit on each other. One, because of health. I think health, safety. Like, you never know what's in their mouth. You don't want a projectile, something landing on you from them. It's crazy. Alrighty. So we're going to talk about the game, guys. We're going to get into it. And then we're going to bring up some things that I really enjoyed from the game yesterday, including Darnell Washington. Darnell Washington was on fire. But I wanted to bring that up because, yeah, we've got a team right here in town. Look, you've had a team there for 59 fucking years, never won anything. We've got a team right here in town, 59 years, ain't going to ever let us down. They've let you down 3 times in the Super Bowl. Who they? Who they think they're going to beat them Bengals? Who they think they're going to beat them Bengals? Nobody. It's the stupidest fucking song ever. At least the Steelers have a song that's "Here We Go Steelers" to support our team. It's not a song like that's their thing. Like, who they going to beat them Bengals is like their catchphrase. But when teams start beating you, how can you sing that? How can you, like, I don't know, just fucking is dumb. For a team that is just, I can't stand. Darnell Washington taking on every single person. There were some good highlights from yesterday, and I might leave a score there because the score there is great. 34-12. I don't know, what do you guys want to talk about first? I don't know. What are we going to talk about? Mason Rudolph? Do we want to talk about, Darnell Washington? Or do you want to talk about how much the Bengals suck? But it was a good win yesterday. I think the Steelers, they have to build on this. The 6-4 team, they need to go into the Bears, at least play competitive football. That's the point where you have to play competitively. I don't want to see this roller coaster. We win one, we lose one, win one, lose one. Back and forth the whole time. And that's part of football. But right now, the Ravens and Steelers are fighting for the AFC North. We verse them in a few weeks. The Bills, they come back. They were like 48-44 or something like that against the Bucks. We verse them soon. Ravens, we've got to verse them twice. So it's going to be a very intriguing time of year. And also, what happens with Aaron Rodgers and Mason Rudolph, we don't know. But shout out to Mason Rudolph because he played really well. Hooly dooly. Hooly dooly. All right, let's go to chat. Well, and I don't know why the chat's like this though. It never used to do this. I think someone said to me last time, Gene said last time, I got to go to my YouTube settings. So maybe next time I'll do it. I don't know. But what up, J-Devil? It shows your at now. It doesn't show your name. So what up, J-Devil? What up, Gino? What up, Justin? What up, Jaime as well? What up, George? What up, Daniel Berry highlights? Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Who day? What up, Corey? What up, Toddy? Yeah, it was a Hawk tour, man. And she hasn't been relevant for a while. What up, Brucey? Says still 1-on-1. All didn't sweep. It doesn't matter. You guys had your game. We had our game. It doesn't matter. You guys lost. Oh, if you're a Bengals fan too, if you're a Bengals fan, you haven't won anything ever. That's why you guys suck. No, we don't, because you guys lost. All right. What up, Darwin? The Steelers stole the phrase. Which one? Here we go. Look, I know it's like a generic phrase, but I would prefer "Here we go" than a "Who Dey" chant. A "Who Dey" chant's stupid. I think it's dumb. How can you sing a "Who Dey" chant when the team's not winning? They're just not winning, and they lost, right? They sure do suck. You never show up. Oh, you're from the Roundtree. All right, I'll give you a little bit of airtime, but if you keep playing up, I'll just ban you. I don't care. I'm not playing games anymore. You're from the Roundtree, so I'll explain it. And once I explain it, if you don't take it with truth and value, then you're fucking out. I'm just going to block you. Here's what happened. So when the Bengals won last time, I was in Europe. I was in Salzburg. My hotel had no Wi-Fi, so I couldn't do my normal AFC North. I couldn't do my normal YouTube lives. I simply couldn't use my laptop for anything. The only way I get Wi-Fi was downstairs in like the common area. It wasn't the best hotel in terms of Wi-Fi, so I couldn't show up. There was no way I was going to be there. And also, if I did it, I'd have to go downstairs, use my data, and it was like 12 midnight. So I decided it was too hard, too much trouble. I can't go on the show. It wasn't going to be good quality. It wasn't going to be good for the podcast. The week after, I gave them credit. They said they won, fine. But life fucking happens. So if you get on me again about this, I'll block you. I don't give a fuck. I've been playing this YouTube game 4 years. Don't care anymore. I'm over it. So the reason why I wasn't there was because the Wi-Fi was bad. And also, it was like 12 midnight. I couldn't make things work. And the next day, I had like a tour around 6, 7 a.m. in the morning. So I couldn't do it. It wasn't going to be good for me or for the podcast. That's my answer. If you keep playing up, I'll block you. Don't give a fuck. All right. True. Darwin says, yeah, that's true. Darwin says A-Rod hurt his wrist in the indie game. He could have too. I don't know what's going to happen there. A-Rod's hurt his wrist. So we still have to find and wait. We're going to figure out, do the Steelers or does Aaron Rodgers come back with a sore wrist? Does he start playing football again? Look, I know he hasn't been playing the best football of recent, but he got 1 touchdown. They scored 10 points. So did Mason Rudolph. He played good backup quarterback. I think Aaron Rodgers right now isn't moving around the pocket as best he should be. I don't know if he's finding his first read or if people aren't getting open. It just feels like he's a bit off. It's 3 or 4 weeks, he's a bit off. But the start of the season, it looked like Aaron Rodgers was on fire and he was going good. So we'll see. I'm not saying he's done. He's over. But we'll see. George says, James Pierre's everywhere. Yeah, he's fantastic. If you guys can, I haven't seen yesterday I was a bit tired. I didn't end up going to the Winners Pub. I think my sleeping schedule was out of whack and I just felt sick yesterday. So when I did the podcast or when I did the live stream at 5, I just stayed in bed and I just had to sleep things out. I didn't end up going to the Winners Pub yesterday. I was a bit out of order. If people can let me know, did James Pierre, did he mark up against Jamar Chase? He must have, because I know I saw some videos that Jalen Ramsey was playing safety and he was covering bits in the middle. That was really good. But he made some big plays in pass deflections, and I think he was doing marking up against Jamar Chase and also marking up against Tegan. So I got to watch it again. I need to watch it again. I thought he was no, that was a different day. That was a different day. That was 2 nights before I met up with some random person for a beer. What's going on, Autumn? Let's hope so. Yes. So there was more zone man on Chase. Okay. Yeah, and he's got you. Excellent. Then now we're square. We're fucking square. See, all this bullshit around the AFC North Roundtable, man, it just makes my head go nuts. People think it's life. The life is not the AFC North Roundtable. The AFC North Roundtable is entertainment. And if I can't make it, or there's a reason why, the fan base in that chat just goes all stupid, man. I'm back to normal now. I can do podcasts and lives and talk football, and that's what we should be doing. We should be talking football on those channels. So it's crazy. I thought they played well. Yeah, zone man coverage on Chase. So that was like maybe, that was obviously James Pierre in there too. But the Steelers, it's crazy because the Steelers secondary, now the fact that James Pierre, and I think he was playing both teams and cornerback, because one side you had Joey Porter Jr. I thought he played pretty well. You had him on one side and you had James Pierre on the other. But because there was an injury to g'day Chloe, because there was an injury to Slay, he was out. It kind of made the defense better. And I'm excited to see what happens when they bring back Deshaun Elliott when he's back from his injury. I think another 2 or 3 weeks. He'll be back as well, hopefully for maybe a playoff run, because I still want to see what's the guy? Ramsey plays safety, but that Kyle Duggan dude's been playing really well too. So what do the Steelers do with all these guys? They've also got Asante Samuel Jr. on the practice squad. So just because of injury for a few players and guys being out, and they had Chuck Clark fill in, he was okay. They went and got rid of one Thornberry. He's out. The secondary has changed heaps. What up, Claude? So it's interesting to see from that point. Okay, keep Ramsey and Duggar at safety. But what about Elliott then? What happens to Elliott? Like, what happens? I don't know what happens then. That to me is going to be intriguing. And I think that's what you got to give a bit of credit towards the defense and Mike Tomlin, which he never gets any credit. But the fact that they played heaps different, and they didn't allow Jamar Chase or Higgins to take over the game. They more or less, they couldn't stop the run on certain parts, but that's football. Had 99 yards for Chase. But the Steelers, what do they do? What do they do in their? I don't know. You had Highsmith was out too. Then Herbig stepped up. That was good to see. But yeah, right now Kyle Duggar playing safety. Free safety is Jalen Ramsey, which they're communicating quite well. I enjoyed. There was a big hit by Jabril Peppers on teams. He hit someone really hard. So do you have James Pierre step up into the cornerback situation with Pierre and Joey Porter on one side? Eccles plays that slot part. I don't know. There's all these times where I think Eccles even got hurt too. And then Ramsey played safety. Ramsey played nickelback or that slot part. And that was kind of interesting. Then Chuck Clark came in. So they're moving pieces all around. And also they got Sebastian Castro too. He's on the roster too. So it's just moving parts around. That's fun to watch, right? So he was signed from a practice squad, I think, number 29, Castro. And I even saw Thornberry. He did. Look, I give him a shout out. He played okay, but he wasn't the guy there. I even saw a signing of Mark Robinson back on the teams too. And this is how fast football works, man. Like people get injured, people get thrown out. Mark Robinson, he was back on the roster. I think elevated from the practice squad too. So he was number 57. I looked out there and who the hell's 57? And he's back. So because they've had missing parts on teams throughout the season as well. But overall, I think we did good. I think the Steelers needed this bounce back game. 34-12. They had two big plays, and I was so thankful they didn't take that football, that fumble away from James Pierre. I'm pretty sure that's his first time scoring a touchdown in the NFL, which is fantastic, right? I don't think it was close when they could have taken that ball away. You never know. No, he's fine. He's all fine. I just wanted to set the record because sometimes what they do is they come in here to troll. He's fine. He's from the AFC North Roundtable. I'm fine with that. I just don't fuck around anymore, man. I'm just want to talk football. I used to play the game that if you go one-on-one with a commentator, doesn't work. No one cares. Let's talk football. Speaking of football, but he's fine. What up, Sean? Speaking of football, there you go. Fantastic. We're good. We're moving on. I do want to talk about my favorite player at the moment, to be very honest, and he did crush him. And when I say this towards the Bengals, I'm not singling out the Bengals fan here. I'm singling out the organization because I can't fucking stand the organization. I hate the Bengals. They suck, right? But it was great to see Darnell Washington with that big play, and that might be my favorite play of the whole season. I don't know. I know there was a big play with DK Metcalf in Ireland. That was fantastic. We've had some good plays with number 41 putting his hands up, and then Jack Saw getting his first interception. But the overall dominance, I think, from Big Darnell, 6'7", 300 pounds, pushing away number 49. I've got it on my Twitter. It was fucking fantastic. It was so good to see. It was insane. So Big Darnell, he gets the ball. He pushes away. I said, see you later, mate. Then Geno Stone comes in, does not want to bar him, does not want to try and tackle. And then number 20, Turner, whoever that guy is, he simply just gets knocked out of the way right near the end. It's my favorite play. You just can't stop him. Big Darnell is he's a huge human being. And he said, okay, I'm going to run you over. Right? So Darnell was and has been used by Aaron Rodgers. Mason Rudolph even threw him a few passes too. All right, Darwin says, Clark will be cut, move Ramsey back to the slot cornerback, bring Asante Samuel to the 53. This is it. The NFL is like that, and the Steelers are like that too. At the same time, they have been moving their secondary around to get better. At the start of the season, we saw Deshaun Elliott and the other bloke there, Juan Thornhill, wasn't really working. Slay was getting burnt and toasted, but now he's injured. So they're going to have moving parts, and we didn't think we were going to have a safety play from Kyle Duggan or someone else come in like that. So and maybe if you go back to week one of the only guys on the starting board has been Eccles and Eccles and Joey Porter and Ramsey. So it's just things are moving around all the time, but it's exciting to see them trying to get better. I don't know. I haven't heard anything about Warren yet. I don't know. He kind of bent his leg back. I don't know what Mike Tomlin talks tomorrow for Tuesday. But we'll see. I'm interested to see what happens with Warren, because we know the games with Gainwell. He can lead, and the Vikings game was one of the ones. Yesterday was one of the games where he took over. Now the Steelers quarterbacks are passing to the running back screens and all those kind of things and getting the things moving. But if they're working, if it's checking downs working, why not? It definitely worked against the Bengals defense. So I saw that too. Yeah, Mason said it in an interview. He said he was a bit nervous for the start, and then he started playing better football. Yeah, good old Wazza. I'm very impressed. I know the backup quarterback situation, that's what they're kind of meant to do. Mason Rudolph has been a part of this for this Steeler franchise, for a long time, being backup behind Kenny Pickett, Trubisky, backup behind Big Ben. He's been around this Steeler team for a long time, and he was also very happy to play in Pittsburgh. So it's good to see. It's good to see him come in and do well and play good football. Now, someone sent me a comment on YouTube, and they called him and I can't remember your name, but they give the Bengals Slayer, or Rudolph the Bengals Slayer, and that could be true, because I don't know how many times Rudolph has beaten the Bengals or what his record is, but it does seem like he has big games versus them. And it says here in a comment, Mason Rudolph against the Bengals for some reason he fires up. He apparently is 5-1 against the Bengals in his career, and overall he has a percentage of 72% passing, 900 yards, and 7 and 2 interceptions. And I remember one year when they had was it Christmas Day that Mason Rudolph fired a fucking football to George Pickens to the end zone. So Mason Rudolph has his good days against the Bengals, and if it's coming in from the bench or if it's starting, he's got a 5-1 record and 7 touchdowns and 2 interceptions and 900 yards, averaging like 100 and something yards per game. And this was a game too that Rudolph didn't need to do anything special; just had to find targets when he found DK Metcalf, when he found Washington, he found guys. Checked out in the backfield. It was really good to see. It was awesome to see. 49 wearing 57 Robinson. I think he changed it. Yeah. I think Mark Robinson is back. Alrighty. Hooey dooey. I got a super chat from Claude and just one. Oh, it was insane. It was so good to watch. Darnell Washington is just a football player, and he's only like 26. Alrighty. So Claude, thank you, mate, for the $5. Says, when Elliott is ready, put Clark back on the practice squad. When Samuels is ready, put Slay and Money and all on the PS2 practice squad as well. And that's what I'm saying. I think the defense has gotten better. The secondary has gotten better. And Mike Tomlin talked about it. James Pierre, someone asked him how has he been progressing this year? And Mike Tomlin said, no. He hasn't been just progressing this year. He's been progressing for a lot of years. And he did go to the Commanders. I think he was on their practice squad. The next minute, was it this year or last year? He rejoined after week 2 or something like that. He's been used as gunner. He's been a great gunner for a very long time. And he's been playing cornerback, like really good hands, man-to-man. And even the last play, he almost intercepted it. So James Pierre has found his chances and times and opportunities to play good football. And that's what it's great to see. All right, let's do a fireworks for Claude. Quick fireworks. We'll come right back. Thank you, Claude, for the $5, if I can find it. And 1 sec. Alrighty. Got Big G in the house as well. I'm pretty sure that's Big G. I think it's Big G. I'm trying to figure it out. I think it's Big G from Steel Curtain Network and from many YouTube platforms around here, because everyone knows everyone. Yeah, when Big G shows up, you know it's a party. Yeah, and we don't know what's going to happen, right? We don't know what's going to happen. But for this game yesterday, I thought it was almost like, look, there was a certain part when Kyle Duggan ran that interception back and he kind of like just took away the passing lane and Joe Flacco didn't see him. The point when Kyle Duggan fucking run that interception back, and we're up by 20 to 12 or something like that. What was it? We're up by, I think, 8 points. I can't remember. 20. Let me double check. The Steelers are up by a lot. And I thought, okay, let me get it right. Because when he ran that back, if I go to the play-by-play, I kind of felt comfortable in the game, the way the Steelers are playing. So at one point, it was 13-9. The next minute, it was 20-9, up by 11 points. So when he ran that back, Joe Flacco passed short middle intended for T. Higgins, intercepted by Kyle Duggar for 73 yards, ran down there, and a big shout out to the Herbig too. Herbig turned around and led the block. Jamar Chase come from the outside, and he got pushed away. He didn't try and tackle. And at that point, when it was 20-11 and there was one quarter to go, I felt pretty safe. And I felt safe because Rudolph can play good football. He can close it out. Now, they had a field goal to be 20-12, and then the Steelers went down the field to be 27-12 as well. And that was with some good passing from Mason Rudolph. Had a 20-yard pass to Gainwell. They had a 10-yard pass to Metcalf. Had a 15-yard penalty. There was a face mask on. That was my apologies. That was 15-yard penalty was on Johnson. He did the face mask, but a 28-yard pass to Gainwell as well. Like they were just moving down the field, so it was good to see. Gainwell was insane. That check down, that kind of like screen game was working, but I wasn't too worried, to be honest. In other games, I might be a bit worried. Oh, we can't win this game. But when they were up by 20-9, up by 11 points, I kind of felt like a defense was going to shut them out, which they did. That's why I think overall it was a good game. Now, Kevin says here, glad to see Chase is getting suspended. I think they should. The NFL needs to find them something. 1 game, 2 games. It's not. You don't want this happening in the NFL all the time. You don't want players spitting on other players every week. It just looks stupid. Yeah, I agree. Sucked in, Jamar. You loser. He deserves it. Just take off 1 game, get better. I don't hate the guy. I think you just, in my honest opinion, it's a bonehead move and you move on. You ban in 1 game and you forget about it. You move on. But the NFL now has history to go back on. I know there's Steelers and Trey Turner. I know he definitely did it one time versus the Raiders. I don't know if he got banned, but you just got to move on. Hooly dooly. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you're from the Know It All podcast too. Excellent. Big G. Darwin's, he called that pick. It was a great pick. Like that was something that this guy's been playing 3 times. He played a really good game, which was the game he came into 3 games ago. He's just been turning up in short notice, right? He's been jumping on a moving train. So I was excited, man. I saw Duggar run down there. I was like, oh my goodness. And Flacco, he threw, didn't even see him. Had no idea. No idea. There you go. Yes, and he had that hands too. Exactly right. Duggar had his hands in front, almost cut the player off, the receiver, and dropped it. So he could have had 2. Yes, another good point. Okay, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. I agree. Maybe 2 should be better than 1. But what is going to happen with Aaron Rodgers and his sore wrist? It could be broken. We don't know. We're going to find out maybe tomorrow or the next day. If he can't play, I do feel confident that Mason Rudolph can go out there and lead us to victory. He can run the offense. He can get the ball moving. I think he has no real fear. He wants to pass the ball, as we've seen him many times as a Pittsburgh Steeler. If you like him or don't like him, Mason Rudolph can move the ball down the field. He'll pass the ball past the sticks if they still even exist, because now they've got, that stuff is digital. He'll move the ball past the sticks. He'll try and find the open man. He'll read through his progressions. If they're not there, he'll check down. Like Mason Rudolph can be a good quarterback. Maybe he just has never been given a chance to be a QB number 1. He was QB number 1 with the Tennessee Titans. That didn't work out. But the Tennessee Titans are a fucking awful team. They're like 1 and something. So he also did say that Mason Rudolph feels better. He feels like at home with the Steelers, and he was drafted here. He knows the security guys. He knows the receivers. He knows, it's like he's home. He's been here for a very long time, so he feels very comfortable. And also, we went on that ride, too, with Mason Rudolph during the Christmas, where he saved Christmas and the holidays. Yes, the Bills beat us. Fine. But there's still, look, I think obviously you probably want to go with Aaron Rodgers to be your quarterback, to be more the vet guy. But if you can't go, it's going to be Rudolph, QB2, to move to QB1. And that means Will Howard will dress for the first time where he's QB2, which could be exciting as well. But the only way he really gets a chance is someone gets injured. We don't want that. Hurley, dearly. Yes, I heard that too. The reports are that Ramsey isn't getting suspended, which is good. I think him getting ejected for his reaction is enough for that. He doesn't need to get a suspension for what? For copping a loogie, on his chest. He doesn't need to get suspended. Early, dearly. You go. Duggars is one of the best athletes on the team. He ran so fast too, as well. We need A-Rod for the playoffs, and that's what I thought too. Maybe it could be like a good thing in disguise. Maybe Aaron Rodgers has a bit of a rest, heals up the hand. If Mason Rudolph can play this week or next week, and then he comes back for the last 4 or 5 games and gets ready for the Ravens game and this kind of stuff, gets ready for the playoffs. I think we can win the games with Rudolph because that's what he's paid to do. That's what his job is, QB2, to fill in when necessary. So, I think in Gina Grants, I'd rather have a healthy run. A-Rod for the run too. Holy Dewey. That's right. Bill's better that TJ playing. Correct. So, and look, we can all, that season's in the past. What it is now, I think the Steelers, they did what everyone, I think, expected them to do. They took care of business with their Jamar Chase and Higgins, didn't allow them too many yards. You give big shout outs to TJ Watt. He didn't get a sack, but he had a lot of pressure. The interior line, Keanu Benton had a lot of pressure with Cameron Hayward, those guys. You had on the outside too, Herbig did his job, getting pressure to Joe Flacco, and forcing, I think, did he force a fumble? No, he had a sack. So that was good pressure. That was really good pressure on them. Question, how good are the Bears? I haven't seen anything from the Bears, to be honest. They did score 48 points against the Bengals. I did have the Bears roster. So the Bears right now, Caleb Williams has 2,300 something yards, 7.2 yard average, has 13 TDs, 4 interceptions, 16 sacks. So I guess average play, but it depends what kind of throws they are. Rushing, DeAndre Swift came from the Lions. He has been running really well. 634 yards, 4.7 average, longest 25, and 4 TDs. Overall, 12 TDs on the ground. Caleb Williams has 3 TDs. So obviously he's a mobile quarterback, but hopefully the Steelers can kind of play him like they play Lamar Jackson, and they need to have someone crush down the run and also someone protect and watch. Normally TJ Watt does that. You'd have Alex Highsmith crush on the run, and TJ Watt would figure out and watch out for the QB, QB run around or QB sneak or the QB, wild cut play where they keep the ball in the hands. So the Bears are interesting. The Bears is the best. Yeah, if he's playing, he's like 25-9. Rodgers' record, man, dude. Rodgers' dude, he's got a good record. Rodgers versus the Bears is 24-5. My apologies. So he's beat them a lot. I mean, a lot. So I guarantee you he wants to play them one more time. He has beat them. He's won the last 4 games since 2019. Was Green Bay versus the Bears. The last time he lost against the Bears was 2018. Green Bay versus them. And before that was 2015. And before that was 2013. Before that was 2010. And he's only lost 4 or 5 times. So Rodgers says the Bears is the Bears, and that's what he wants to do. But I haven't really watched too much football for the Bears, but this is those games where we can't afford the fucking roller coaster, man. Look, this is now back on track. 6-4 Steelers. The Ravens are coming up very soon. They're going to keep trying to contend and win their games. Who do the Ravens play next? Ravens hopefully someone hard. Ravens play week 12, so we're almost like 8 weeks. The season's going so fast. So you have Bills versus Texans on Thursday. We play away at 1 p.m. in Chicago. We're not the favorite at all. The Bengals play the Patriots. They're going to get fucking trounced. They're going to get run over. No Jamar Chase, no win. No Joe Burrow, no win. Patriots win that one quite easily. The Ravens play the Jets. The Jets, oh goodness, at home. And I think the Jets are going to Tyrod Taylor. So that would be a huge upset because the Jets are like $7.50. There's no way they win that. So Ravens will win that. They'll move to 6-5. We need to keep winning football games to keep content, to be one game in front of the Ravens. And when we do so, that means it's going to be a big matchup for the Steelers' schedule coming in, because we versus the Ravens in like 3 weeks' time is Sunday night or Sunday afternoon football. Is the 1st of December or the 31st November, whatever it is. I don't know, 31st? 30th of November. So it's coming soon. We've got a hard schedule too. Chicago, Buffalo, Baltimore, Miami, Detroit, and then Cleveland and Baltimore. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm just glad, I'm just happy the Steelers are trying to figure a few things out. The running game looked in parts sometimes good, and then sometimes it looked really bad, but you never know. What up, Pepper? What's going on? I don't get that, eh? How do you do that? The Browns are Browns. Garrett had 4 sacks, and they still lost. That's because Sanders played bad, and Gabriel got injured. They can't score points. That is crazy. Yeah, it's all over the shop. So we lost the Packers, who lost to the Browns. Yeah, it's insane. And then we lost to the Chargers, who lost to the Jaguars. And I think our team would beat the Jaguars, right? It's up and down. Yeah, we don't want a roller coaster. We don't want a roller coaster. No way. No how. No, we can't. No, it's going to their stadium. I want to see more of Darnell. I want to see more of Jordan Smith. I want to see more of the tight ends. I want to see, DK Metcalf. And I understand we need a receiver number 2. But I want to see these playmakers. And Roman Wilson, he got a good ball from Mason Rudolph. I want to see the offense move down the field and get big chunk plays and splash plays. We saw that on defense, where the interception was Kyle Duggar, boom, to the end zone. You're like, oh, fuck yeah, we're on something. So we played good. I don't know if we need to win out. I think we can't afford to lose too many, but it depends on what happens with the wild card. But if you lose 1 or 2 and maybe win the other 5 or 5, you have a chance to be 11-win team. You need to be an 11-win team. Correct, yeah. And I think to me, they miss Elliott too. Another good point too, yeah, along with Ciamalo in, is we're running the rock better. When they put Anderson there, it doesn't look the same. I'm not a huge fan of this halfback toss. I did like the fact that Warren was playing really well until he got injured. He went back on his foot. And then they're giving Caleb Johnson more runs now. He almost had because he looks fast. I don't know about you guys, but Caleb Johnson looks really fast. He looks quick out there. He looks like a change of pace. I love Warren. I love what he does for the team. But I do want to see more from Johnson in terms of give him carries. Warm him up into the offense. Because he's getting to a point where if he bounces out to the outside, he could almost be away for a 20-yard, 25-yard run. It's now 2 plays where Johnson has bounced out and there's been a flag for a holding, or there's been... Oh, my... No, that's right. My phone went off. I'll get it later. It's all good. Yeah, he's bounced out to the outside, and he gets he held the guy's face mask, and then it's a flag. So I do want to see that. He has been. Yeah, I just don't think they're using Jonnu Smith in the offense. I still like the trade. I think trading away Minka. Look, we all love Minka. However, you got back Jonnu Smith and you got back Jalen Ramsey. And there's one big thing too I want to talk about as well, is that Jalen Ramsey, that time when he got ejected, the team, something happened with the team. They were fired up. The crowd, the fan base was fired up. They were insane. So those kind of moments where they're sticking up for the Brotherhood of Steel and someone goes out, they all stepped up. There was some big plays too from Queen. There was some good stuff as well. Hurley Dooley. That was good. Yeah, Kevin Reed. That was good. Kevin Spencer Anderson got a pass. What, in the Packers game, was it? Something like that. He got a pass in the Packers game. And yeah, that was something I haven't seen. A left guard getting a pass, or a guy eligible receiver, and he was big man up front. So it's kind of cool. Hurley Dooley. Darwin says Tyrod Taylor starts. None of these games are guaranteed. Jets can beat the Ravens. I would love a big upset. Would love a big upset for sure. Jets beat the Browns. The Bengals the other day. They have a good defense too, by the way. I think sometimes their defensive front's really fun to watch. Hurley Dooley. Who was Jonnu Smith? Yeah. So this game overall, and there'll be podcasts all week, but this is one we had to have. I think you can't afford the Bengals to sweep you, because now they have taken care of business, and they're done. The Bengals being 3-7, they won't bring back Joe Burrow. He'll come back in 2 weeks. Versus the Ravens? If they lose against the Patriots, they're now 3-8. Why would you bother bringing back your star quarterback, your franchise quarterback, to get killed? I don't think it happens. I don't think anything that kind of happens, But overall, we played a good game. I think Steel Nation should be pretty happy about this. I'm happy about this. Now we just got to see the overall direction. Can they back it up and beat the Bears? Definitely. Yeah, definitely. I think this, because if you lose this one, oh my goodness, it's 5-5, and everyone's going to spiral out of control. But it was a good win. Who were some other players too? I think, James Pierre played really well for us. He got a shout out from Tomlin, so that was cool to see. I think, big shout out towards the other bloke there was the running back in Gainwell. Big shout out to Mason Rudolph too. I think he played well. And we'll see what happens with Rodgers. There was just some good football. There are some things I didn't like. I wasn't a huge fan of the tush push. That didn't overly work. Connor Haywood got a first down. That shouldn't have happened. But DK Metcalf got 49 yards. He played okay. Frymouth got 19 yards. Should he be getting targeted more? Probably. Roman Wilson got 1 catch for 17. So there's no true, I guess. Maybe, you know what? They could talk about a receiver number 2. Maybe Darnell is receiver number 2. I don't know. Darnell is getting a lot of catches right now. So maybe he's the go-to guy. Maybe it's DK Metcalf, then it goes towards Darnell. Because when you go to our stats too, DK Metcalf is 37 receptions and Frymouth is 23. There is no real. Darnell has 18. Kenny Gainwell has 36. A lot of targets in the backfield for running back. So we definitely need to move the ball down the field. But a win is a win, Steel Nation. It's fucking good. A win is a win is a win is a win. What up, Brian Brown? What's going on? What up? You want... We don't want him back. We don't want him back at all. Oh my goodness. I don't want I don't want Moncrief on the team. That was tough. Pepper might ban you. I still think the game was, to be honest, I didn't like the game. The game flag wise, wasn't a huge fan. There were 3 times the quarterback got hit and they flagged it. Didn't think that it just had, it wasn't the greatest game in terms of flags, in my opinion. It was a bit chippy in that sense. But then it came down to that last part, which was, Jamar Chase, vomiting or fucking spitting on someone. It doesn't make sense. So this is the point now, I think, can we back it up? Can the Steelers back it up? Do we have to wait and see what happens? Everyone's going to talk about Aaron Rodgers. Will he come back? What's the game? The backup plan is Mason Rudolph. Can he lead us into victory over the Bears? The Bears are favorites. Can our defense have pressure on Caleb Williams? Can he get the sacks? We need to enjoy this. And I think Chloe's right. We have to, right? We have to. Yeah. I talked about that yesterday. I said it was the Steelers secondary are playing better than, it was almost like a blessing in disguise. The fact that we've had the shuffle around, you had to go and get Duggar because Elliott was out. He's proven to be really a good player at the moment. Slay goes back to safety. Then you've got James Pierre filling in for, my apologies. Ramsey goes back to safety. Slay's out injured. That means James Pierre, he steps up and plays on the opposite corner to Joey Porter. Eccles goes out. Next minute, Ramsey moves back to nickelback or that slot position, and then Chuck Clark comes back. So it's really interesting to see how this is all worked out. And that's why I say that Coach Tomlin does deserve a bit of credit, and so does the other guy. Who's the guy, the secondary coach? He deserves credit too. Terrell Austin as well. Can we stack wins in some fashion? I don't care if we win 13-10, if we win 13-12, or if we win off Chris Boswell's boot. And I did hear some of the Bengals podcasters talk about the field. Last night, as I was going to bed, I was listening to a lot of Bengals podcasts. That makes me feel pretty good. I listen to now there's so many fucking podcasts out there. You can type in Steelers versus this person and a podcast will come up. There's podcasts everywhere. So I appreciate everyone being a part of HDU and sticking around as always. because I was listening last night to a Bengals podcast. They're frustrated. They're really annoyed because they thought they could win this game because they beat them last time, and they're frustrated because their defense stinks. They're not a huge fan of their coach at the moment, even though they reckon he won't get fired. And their offense is Joe Flacco to try and save the day, but they've lost 3 in a row. Is there really a point to go and win any more games this season? They're very frustrated, right? One of the Bengals podcasters I did hear say, can't remember who it was. I was listening to so many last night. They were talking about that the field was crap because they played high school football, they played college football, then they played Steelers football next. And it didn't seem to worry Chris Boswell, though. So I'm just saying, but, maybe a few injuries here and there. But the Heinz Field has been talked about for a long time in terms of like condition and stuff like that. I thought Chris Boswell played well. I thought, Corliss Waitman and overall teams. I got to watch it again. And maybe next time I got to watch it again. It's just, what sometimes is crazy? Because I watch the game in the morning, my 5 a.m., then I have a sleep, and then I've got to not watch football until the next day. I got to turn my brain off football for a little minute. I can't do 24 hours of football because that's just way too much. But I'm going to watch it again. And I thought we played well on teams. There was big hits from Peppers. You saw Mike Robinson in there. I thought we did well on kickoff coverage where they didn't have time. I think pretty much overall, the Darnell Washington run over, it shows the Steelers were more physical. Herbig's hitting and getting back to Joe Flacco. I think they were hitting harder. They were playing much better defense and more physical defense. Jalen Ramsey fucking lit up Jamar Chase. There was a point too where Joey Porter Jr. lit someone up. So they were playing some physical football. I think we do need back Cole Holcomb. I think he's a missing front on the rotation, but Malik Harrison has been filling in, doing an okay job. So, this is one of the teams now where the Steelers seem to have the backups. And like Brian Brown says, they're a backup secondary play better than our starters. There are guys just chipping in, and that is culture. That is culture. That is coaching. That is they want to play for the man next to them. You see, Keanu Benton, you see Herbig talk together all the time. You see James Pierre celebrate his TD and everyone get around him. This is fucking fun. This is fun right now to be a Steelers fan because we have those many storylines and you have Nick Herbig getting interviewed. Even Spencer Anderson, he was announced as a part of the Steelers O-line, stuff like that. This is why we have a good team. I'm not saying we have a great team. I'm not saying we are a Super Bowl champion or a favorite. I think there are things we need to improve on for sure in the running game. I want some of the blockers to open up holes and lanes. But you saw the big play from there was one time Mason McCormack, number 66. He had some gaps in running. There was Darnell Washington leading the way for the other bloke there, Gainwell, and he's come from the Philadelphia Eagles where he won a championship. You've got Jalen Ramsey, coming from, he was here with the Rams and stuff like that. The Jaguars, they're showing their presence. This team, I think, does feel like people say, oh, nothing's changed. We're just going to go 9-8 and the season will be over. Well, at least 9-8 gives you a chance. 9-8 gives you a Pittsburgh Steelers chance for the playoffs. And there's some of the team in this one where if Alex Highsmith gets back, that means they can rotate in again. Herbig and Highsmith and TJ Watt on the field at the same time. So I know I just went on a bit of a crazy note there, but it's fucking fun. It's a lot of fun. I hope so. We can too. We can continue the style of coverage, definitely, and the O-line pressure, definitely. 124. I hope so. Yeah, Doug has been really great for our team. Been awesome. Darwin says Caleb Williams can't beat our defense. Steelers are going to sack him 7 times. I would love to see that, definitely. And then hopefully we'll see some big moves from Y.A. Black and Derek Harmon too. Oh, I like the other one though. I like the other one you said, where it's like Joe Rogan's one's pretty good too. That's funny. Brian Brown says I can't get past. We got a guy from the Bengals. Steelers can change the defensive coordinators. I'll be. Oh yeah, that's Terrell Austin. I got you. I hear you. And I wouldn't be against it either. I think the players and maybe if it's a different, different scheme or whatever, because for some reason the Steelers cannot defend 13 and 14, third down and 14, they suck. They just can't defend that. Balls hit the post on. I fucking love Chris Boswell, man. There are a few players right now, I don't know, should I name top 5? It's going to be very hard to name top 5, but he's one of them. Chris Boswell is one of them. Jalen Warren is definitely one of the players that I'd love to watch play. Chris Boswell's up there. Darnell Washington has become one of my new favorites, the way he plays. Even Nick Herbig is playing some outstanding football. He's good to see. You get some good plays from, I think the intensity from Jalen Ramsey. That's something different that we haven't had in a while in the backfield. I think he's getting everyone amped up. TJ Watt's always fun to watch. So there are players like that. Like watching fucking Darnell Washington run the football as a big 6'7" bloke and just crushing over people is what I want to see. Watching Jalen Warren jump up in the air and karate kick someone is what I want to see. I think the Steelers were more physical than they were against the Bengals. Yeah, not anymore. Not anymore. I do need to do more though. It's so tough. That's why I'm always sparing everywhere, because spare of the moment kind of stuff. Because I got to go to work in 2 hours, 3 hours time. And then obviously living in Australia, it's like, fuck, it's like your 7 p.m. It's my 12 day midday. But I will be doing more content. I'm trying to do as best I can. Mason was good, Brian Brown. And I don't mind repeating things too, because people come into the stream for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. But Mason Rudolph, he did his job. He came in there, cool, calm, collected. He had his mustache. He was like checking down the ball to the running backs. He was getting, I've got to watch it again because now I'm getting super excited. Mason Rudolph was finding his targets, and DK Metcalf and Roman Wilson. There was one play where DK Metcalf, he took out 3 or 4 defenders, right? 3 defenders. Roman Wilson came back on an out route, and Mason Rudolph talked about that. That is showing you coaching and the players are buying in. They're learning from each other. Aaron Rodgers is out, but it doesn't mean he's going to be out forever. I do want to see Aaron Rodgers, head off on a good note. And Mason Rudolph just steps in and plays. What up, Roberta? How are you? Good evening. Saw that Chase only got 1 game suspension. Don't feel that's long enough. Did he? No, he put Ramsey in the face, but he's lying about it. That's true. Very true. He did lie about it. He said he didn't spit on him, which he definitely did. So 1 game suspension, it means their season's done. I think playing for the Bengals is, maybe a penalty in itself. You might see him try and, if Joe Burrow's not there, or depending what happens to the Bengals, if they get rid of Joe Burrow or they trade him or he wants to leave or something like that, the Bengals are a dumpster fire. They're a bad team. So, it's like that, right? Slay's injury is a blessing in disguise for other players to step up and have different personnel. And Minka hit hard too. I love Minka, man. Minka was so fun to watch. But Ramsey hitting Jamar Chase was, ball over his head, and you're allowed to, it's all legal. You're allowed to hit after, and he just cracked him one. So I think the Steelers played more physical. I think they're maybe a bit more, not embarrassed, but they definitely wanted to win over the Bengals to make it 1-1, to go 6-4, and to go on the next. This is like the playoff run now. Like, we are getting in Australia, it's getting warmer. You guys are getting colder, going into your snow season, going into Pittsburgh playoff territory, the last 7 games. Just back it up. Go back to back. We haven't heard anything yet from Aaron Rodgers and his wrist. We don't know. I'm not even sure. Can Aaron Rodgers play with his left wrist and throw with his right? But I still think he has a good chance to come back. Hooly dooly. Brian says, I've got a better feeling about the offense with Mason there. I think he should have been starting for years now. And that's been look, I agree with you. I wouldn't mind seeing Mason Rudolph have a chance. He's never had a chance as QB1 from the very beginning of training camp with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, he had a few chances with the Titans and didn't work out. He played really bad football, but he's never had a chance like that. The Steelers obviously went the other way. They went Rodgers. Rodgers would trend to a dark until he's fully healed. Yeah, he's going to be... he's just going to chill out for a bit, get on the mushrooms, and get better. But yeah, Mason Rudolph's just been a true professional, man. Backing up and playing games when he can. Like, his record isn't too bad. What's Mason Rudolph's stats? I don't know. He's not too bad of a player. And he's done most of our stuff with the Steelers, right? He had 9 TDs and 9 interceptions with the Titans last year in 2024. So far, 139 yards. You know what I found really funny, to be honest, too? There was a graphic, right? There was a stupid fucking graphic from the NFL TV department, and they said, tonight, Mason Rudolph has thrown for 150 yards. But previously, this year in 2025, he'd thrown for one pass, one one for 5 yards. I thought it was dumb. I thought, there's no point bringing up his 2025 stuff because he hadn't done anything in 2025. But his career, he's got 4,700 yards, 29 TDs, and 20 interceptions. He's the guy as like QB2 that you can rely on to step in and play good football. That's what you want to see. So we don't know what direction the Steelers are going to go in terms of franchise quarterback. Do they give Will Howard a shot? Does Aaron Rodgers come back? What I don't know. This is the point. I just don't know. Okay, when you watch it again, count how many times that Johnny Smith is wide open. I want to see him get. I'm not blaming him. I want to see him get the football. I like the way that Johnny Smith takes the reverse football. I think he can run. I think Johnny Smith can also run the football from the eye set. Like he can run. Like put him as fullback. I don't know. Put him as fullback. And Warren behind him. Why not? He can like just make it a mismatch or something. Will Samuel and this is another one too. There's so many storylines inside of this. 48. If I did a 48-hour stream, I'd have to have a sleep somewhere. Will Samuel and also that's the cornerback and MVS get elevated this week. Possibly. This is the thing where I think the personnel decisions have been pretty good so far. In terms of players going out, they go and get players that have either been cut or on the practice squad. And the Steelers are just like, all right, come on, we'll jump on the moving train, like Mike Tomlin says. And next minute, it's the Steelers. They're just like the Duggan experience. Like he's been in three games, and he's playing quite well in terms of coverage, in terms of hitting, and almost having 2 picks. So the Steelers are finding these players, and they are jumping on the moving train. So that is credit towards Mike Tomlin and towards the team because when the Steelers win, no one or not many people give credit to Mike Tomlin. When they lose, they want to fire him. I did think the fan base crashed out last week against the San Diego Chargers. I thought they fucking were just mental about because we lost that bad or the season was over. It's not over at all. They can definitely bounce back. So why not? Why not feed Darnell Washington the football? If he got a running could this happen? They won't do it. If the Pittsburgh Steelers, if they had him in a fullback, put him at fullback. Like I don't understand. Put him at fullback and they can run him solid there, or have him at running back. Like, can't they treat him like a running back? Give him the football and run. I would prefer him to take the football than Connor Hayward him pushing it. Like he's much harder to tackle, I think, but depends on a standing start. So he might be a bit slow on the standing start, but if you can put him at fullback, why not? Can you have him in motion? I don't know. Can you jet sweep Darnell Washington? I don't know. Like he's that big. He's the kind of guy you don't want to tackle. If he's in jet sweep, right? A man in motion, and it's like a touch pass. Patrick Mahomes always does that touch pass. Can he be that bloke to do the touch pass where maybe a corner is tracking him man to man? I don't know. He needs the football. 100% he is. Yeah. He needs the football. Yes, it's getting better. There's some times where it hasn't looked great, but the Vikings game, the Browns game, even in games we've lost, I think the Steelers have played pretty physical on offense and on defense, and that showed yesterday. You can't. How can the DBs tackle Darnell Washington when he's that big, right? And yeah, Mason Rudolph has the has a stash too. Yeah, why not Will Howard can have one too? That's an interesting point of view. What happens with Will Howard? Does Will Howard play next year? These are the things that I think that it keeps our podcast moving and growing and talking because it's always never ending. It's like if Aaron Rodgers goes out, does that mean Mason Rudolph steps up? Does that mean that Will Howard comes into QB2? There's so many fun things about this team, and I was very fortunate. I got to meet Will Howard's dad, and I talked to him for about 5 or 10 minutes about just life and stuff like that. His family, so you want to wish him luck too. But this, to me, it all depends on what happens with Aaron Rodgers because he wants to come back to beat the fucking Bears. He wants to beat them. Yeah, Mason was giving the Bengals a mustache rather than second half. He was. He played good football. He played good. All the heroes yesterday was the game was saying were names that were saying in a while and thought we weren't going to say crazy. Yeah, I think it's still crazy that Aaron Rodgers was part of the team. And who would have thought that? Oh, my phone's gone off today. Not important. Who would have thought that Jalen Ramsey would be part of the team as well? So, holy dooly. Where is it? Is it not cold in where you're from, Pepper? Not cold there? Okay. Fair enough. I think it would. Yeah, I think play it safe. If he's got a sore wrist and it's broken or something like that, let him heal for 1, 2, 3 weeks, and then play football. Let him heal. Let him just have some time to recover. Let him chill. That's a fair point as well. Yeah, fair point. Alrighty. Coming down here. It's a fair point. Yeah, I have nothing against Mason, but I want to see how it play. I guess, look, you don't want him to get injured, but that might be the only way. If Mason Rudolph hurt his shoulder or something, it's Will Howard time. It's Will Howard time, and that'd be insane. That'd be insane to see. Alrighty, Steel Nation, we'll get out of here, right? Thank you for coming on to the show for an hour. I had about 18 to 20-something people, and I will try and do more lives. I just wanted to record this podcast because I recorded another one called G'day Steelers Nation, but I couldn't swear. And this one I can swear. So fuck you, Bengals, you losers. I can't stand the Bengals. I can't stand them. Steelers played pretty good. They had some good runs. They had some good protection in the halfback screens and running back screens, stuff like that. There weren't too many false starts or things that they really, pushed us back. I don't think from memory. There were some things that were like, defensively that you didn't. Joey Porter Jr. didn't get too handsy. There were some good things. So I think Bubba and Shannon are going live later on. I'm going to go make some lunch. I'm going to watch. This game's kind of poor, but you've got the Raiders and the Raiders and Cowboys, and a bit of hang on, a bit of a fantasy football update. I did see one of the things for HDU. I've got Pepper versus Sean, and this is one to watch. They both have one player each, and you have Jonty from the Raiders. That's for Pepper. So there's like a 3-point difference, and also Javon Williams from Dallas Cowboys. So you guys are fighting at 5-5, trying to stay into the top 8. I know I wish my seasons are pretty much done because I wasn't paying attention. I didn't have too much time and attention to make my team better. All my draft was pretty shit, but I've won 2 in a row now. If you guys are still playing fantasy football, I will give away a jersey. That will happen. One big shout out to Hillbilly Bangers, Shane's team. Shane is killing it right now. He's won 8 in a row, and he's got 9-1 on the season, and he got 156 points. He's got Josh Allen, McCaffrey, Henderson, all got 30+ points. So he's on fire. But the big game to watch for you guys out there, if you want to, I know that Pepper and Sean will, is Pepper's got Jonty and Sean has Williams playing fantasy. I think I won 91 against Gino, but I don't think Gino didn't put a receiver in there. TD all the way. I think he's won with 114. Pineapple is Pizza 2. So Pineapple Pizza 196 versus Arsenal DB. He had a loss there. Who's this one? Who's Telly? That's Yuli's team. Is versus Maddie 69 versus 65. And they're done, I think. I think they're done. Oh, no, City Lamb could play as well for McMaddy's. So, Hank Steele as well versus First Down Syndrome. Great name, by the way. He's 122 versus 99. So there's still a lot to play. Still a lot of time to play. Alrighty, let's get out of here. Thank you, everyone. Good show. Great show. Train by day, Steel Nation all night. What is it? No, Train by day, Steel Nation Australia by night, all day. Yeah, you guys are awesome. Let's keep it up. We've got to keep the momentum going, and I'll be here next 5 a.m. Steelers versus Bears. If we can win that one, that's 7-4. And if whatever happens with the Bills, I think you want to win two in a row at least. Just win 2 in a row. All right, Steel Nation. I'll see you guys later. How do we get out of here? Let's go. Let's play what I normally do. No, we'll play the taco. See you guys later. Out.
G'day Steelers Nation, welcome to Steelers Nation Australia. The Pittsburgh Steelers are awesome.